It's a nice day, nothing wrong with it at all, but a little bit of breeze will do us some good. Black-headed gull flying in from the right. And there was a big hawker dragonfly, there we are, just messing about across the bow. Big brown hawker. There we go, out on the HORSEY. Mere is just another name for a lake. It's an old Viking word. It just gives you an idea of who it was that first came out here and started digging peat. It's the people of Norse descent. They've been burning peat in their homeland for several thousand years. And when they came to this part of the world, they went, oh, fantastic, peat. No one's cutting it, we can do that. Cut it and dry it for a couple of years, and then it can be burned. Or more importantly, for the people who are working here, it can be sold. For the people who are cutting this peat here, it wasn't just a few turds for their own fires. This was an industry. 1,000 years ago, people were working pretty hard up here and clearing, as you can see, an immense amount of turf. And the Broad goes right the way around the corner to the right hand side, past those canoeists, and a little bit round the left as well. And it's one of, well, many dozens in Norfolk, but certainly it's one of much water in a few square miles around here as there is marshland or woodland or anything else. Over on the right you've got Mere Cottage, sporting a very nice thatched roof, it's got shed on it, trees in the main part of it. It's not used much in the chalet, it's just an old marshman's house, used as a summer house nowadays. But I always like to use it as an example of Norfolk thatch, because you don't realise there are two distinct parts of this roof. The sedge capping should last about 20 years, that's bent across the ridge. Should last about 8 years. And we grow both reed and sedge in these marshes around here, and it's the cutting of them for those traditional land uses that keeps the wildlife here. And anything that's all kind of angled and broken, and that's caused by the greyland geese that go nibbling around on our reed beds. It's not a deadly thing, but it does cause the reed bed to gently be pushed back further and further as the years go by. And sometimes in certain places it exposes different plants which the geese don't like to eat, for example the reed mace, and you'll see plenty of this south. So the further south you go, the deeper the peat was, the further down the clay was. And every now and again you find little lumps and bumps which remain here as islands. And these birds are taking advantage of the sticks, not just the rock as well. The lesser blackback in the middle. Gives way to sail on the whole. Most manoeuvrable boat gets out of the way. Commercial traffic has right of way over everybody, mere commercial traffic. But more important than all those rules is avoiding collision and costs. That's the only thing that really matters. If you avoid a vehicle or cost, you won't be shouting, it's my right of way or anything like that, you'll just be getting out of the way. Besides, our nose into this bit on the side here, you'll probably see a few black-tailed skimmers skimming with black tails and blue bodies, blue for a boy, yellow for a girl. You should see a few working around the top of these mare's tails, these little, what look a bit like Christmas trees. Never work with children and animals, oh well. I haven't given up yet. Okay, there's a black-tailed skimmer, probably common blues, and a blue-tailed one, like a little flying matchstick. Now there might be the odd horsefly comes on board. They do bite. They're not great. They do irritate you for a while afterwards. If you do see a horsefly, or if I mention there's a horsefly coming on board, the best thing you can do really is to let it land on yourself and then slap it. I know it sounds a bit funny. Just for the horseflies, yes.
Little bird they went down there. Reed warbler? Reed warbler?
Reed or sedge warbler. The reed warblers tend to go in a little lower down. The sedge warblers tend to flap into the top. I only call it at the corner of my eye, so I'm afraid to me it still remains a little brown job. But I'm gonna pay more attention now and try and be able to tell you what my guess is on. If you've got them singing or standing on a reed just waiting, looking at you, you can say, right, that is X or that is Y. But if you've just got them flashing across, you have to rely on sort of guessing and style of flight. Fair old breeze blowing right down the dike at the minute.
Lovely.
Digger with that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They've stored.
They've just been collecting adders. They've taken about 140 from up here in the last few months. And the reason for it is you don't want to bury them. Now it's not ideal to move any wild animal from where it wants to be, or where it is, you assume it's where it wants to be, to where you want to put it. That's never going to be good, but dropping 16 tons of mud on their head is not very good either. So there's quite an extensive programme of relocation of swallowtail caterpillars, of water voles, of lizards and snakes, and trying to make sure they get moved out of the way before it all goes muddy for them. So at any moment you might get a boat flying around the corner, 7 tons, doing about 7 miles an hour. You probably won't know. We might get 1 or 2, but the chances are they'll be going within the speed limit up here, which is nice. And even better chance of that, you might get nobody at all. But you never know when you're coming up one of these flying bends, so it's best to keep the wits around you. There we go. Nobody at all. Right, that was a Norfolk hawker just nipped across the ground. Clear wings with brown body. I didn't see its green eyes, but I didn't need to because that's enough for me to know what it is. Norfolk hawker dragonfly, and shame in it, because otherwise you might just be in the day. There's a little yacht fighting its way around the corner. Another one moored up. See woody nightshade falling out the side of the reed bed, the sort of purpley potato flower with the yellow centre, or even some red berries on that bit back there. Plant, not just because plants don't move, but it does help in my day to day. These marsh sow thistle, they're sort of like 7 foot tall dandelions, and you won't get them anywhere outside of a marshland. They are actually a very, very rare plant, and they weren't visible at all about 7 or 8 days ago. They've suddenly just shot right up.
Ship ahoy!
Streaked right up on the top of the marsh. Plenty of room on the other side of the boat.